So I'm making the cake pad, cake drum. I forgot to tell you guys, if you guys notice, this kind of go like horizontal, and this also going the vertical. So we'll be, if this is going up and down, and if this is going across, and we want it to be like that, okay, like this. We do not want to go vertical like this one, okay? We want to be the opposite to make it stronger. So if you want to be 1 inch height, you need to do 5 pieces. But because this is a small cake, and if it's small cake, I will only use 4. Okay, this is about 3/4 inch height. I will use a choose a color to match the design, and I will cover this cake pad and make it beautiful. Okay. So for today, the cake circle or the cake drum is a 12-inch diameter. In order to use this size, you can only use a small cake like a 10 or smaller than 10-inch cake. For this particular cake drum, I will be using a smaller cake, which is size 8, circle round in the bottom, and then on top of that I'll be using a size 6, so it will be a 2-tier size cake for a 1-year-old birthday for the green one. And then also I'll be making a second cake drum to hold a 2-tier size 6 on top and 8 on the bottom for a wedding this weekend. And the color will be based on what each theme. For example, if you're focusing on the birthday, choose a color that will be matching the color birthday for the boy or for the girl. If you're doing for a wedding, normally a gold color trim or a silver color would be nice. For this particular one, I will be using a silver color wrapper, and then I will be using a clear contact paper, which is also called transfer clear paper, to place on top of the wrapper. And you will also need like a paper staple, because I will be clip it to the cake pad. You need tape, you need scissors, you need gift wrapper paper, the cake pad, and then we will also be using the, what we call this is the transfer paper. Okay, you can find this anywhere at Walmart or Home Depot. This one is very handy. I'll tell you guys how to use it in a little bit after we cover our cake pad. Because I mean, if you were to use this gold color like this would be just fine, but because it's not as nice, I want to cover it in a silver color to match the cake better. Okay. So you want to make sure that the wrapper is bigger than like a 2-inch bigger than your cake pad. So I'm going to trim a little bit on the corner here, so it will be a little bit easier for me to clip them or tape them. It'll be like this. want to make sure that it's center. Okay. See this? You have a paper clip here, staple here. You certainly can use tape. For my first video that I did a few years ago, I used tape to tape the wrapper onto the cake drum. But what I discovered and realized that using a staple will help the wrapper tape it to the cake drum. It's more sturdier. So you have a choice. If you don't have a staple, certainly you can use tape. I use both. I rather use the staple first, and then I'll use some tape, just making sure that there's no crumb or there's no little sticking paper that stick out. There you go. It's all done. At this point, I just need the transfer paper, or we call it the contact paper, to cover the cake drum, so that way we can put the cake on top of that to protect any cake of getting wet onto the cake drum. They're the same size. Now we're going to be using the transfer paper to cover the cake pad, so that way if it get wet, because my cake is whipped cream, so if it get wet, we want to protect our cake pad of getting wet from the cake or anything wet from the food. So using a transfer paper, the transfer paper basically is kind of like a plastic film that really just to protect the cake packet drum, okay? after you put the contact paper or trans paper onto your drum, you certainly can use a sharp blade. Be careful though, or a blade roller like the purple one I just show you here, and slowly turn the extra contact paper outside of the circle drum, because you don't want that extra pieces to show up. You only want to cover the top of the drum, so that way if any of the cake being lay on or placed on, you want to make sure that you protect the wrapper or the cake drum of getting wet. So we're done with the silver cake drum. We're going to repeat the same process for the green one. This one is for a little girl's birthday, and so we need to cover the cake drum just like how we did for the silver one, because we will be putting a 2 tiers cake on top of that. So finally, Gigante is ready to go. I could put the cake on my cake pad now. This is pretty thick. Let's take a look. My cake drum, the green one and the silver one, is holding 2 tiers. It's just different style for different occasion. And thank you for watching. Love you all.